Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
We have an up-close look at the 51st Annual Armed Forces Day Parade and celebration. First, the U.S. Coast Guard hauls out their big guns and boats for the military exhibit.
Plus, the acclaimed U.S. Coast Guard Band performs patriotic songs and inspiring music for the community.
Then, before the parade, families of Coast Guard members enjoy a barbecue and drill competition.
And of course, we'll have all the sights, sounds, and people of the 51st Annual Armed Forces Day Parade. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
This is a special Armed Forces Day Parade edition of This Week in Torrance. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks for joining us.
The Armed Forces Day Parade is an annual tradition that honors the legacy of the United States Armed Forces, and this heartfelt expression of patriotism has now passed the half-century mark.
That's right. The Armed Forces Day Parade has been making its way through our city now for 51 years. And Torrance is one of the few cities in the U.S. designated by the Department of Defense to host an Armed Forces Day Parade. It has the distinction of being the nation's longest-running military parade, sponsored by any city in America.
The parade also has the distinction of being one of the most highly anticipated events held in Torrance each year. Part of that excitement comes from learning which branch of the armed forces will be honored. And this year, it's the U.S. Coast Guard.
The U.S. Coast Guard's important roles are played both here and abroad. The branch was established in 1790 by Alexander Hamilton and predates the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. Today, Americans can count on them for maritime safety, security, and stewardship. Their motto is Semper Paratus, Latin for always prepared. And the Coast Guard is always prepared with the help of some impressive equipment. Much of that equipment was on display at the Del Amo Fashion Center. The military exhibit helps kick off the weekend celebrations. So let's go out to reporter Margaret Sharp for more.
You may be used to shopping at Del Amo Fashion Center, but Armed Forces Day brought out the big guns. The Armed Forces Day Parade military exhibit took over the parking lot at Del Amo, giving the public a chance to check out military tanks and helicopters. Derek Schmel is a pilot with the U.S. Coast Guard and happy to show off the H-65 Dolphin that he flies.
We love showing the kids, showing everybody our helicopters. We're very proud of them.
Adults and kids got the opportunity to sit inside and man the controls. Some people didn't realize how complex the equipment is.
I've heard, wow, look at all the buttons. Everybody's really impressed with it.
Everything at the exhibit was hands-on, including the Level A suit that offers the highest level of protection.
Normally, this suit would only be used to protect you from poisonous gases, but today, Torrance residents can hop right in.
Luckily, there's no poisonous gas, just people having fun while getting to see equipment used by different branches of the military.
A lot of times people don't understand the military, so they get to come out and actually touch the equipment and see what's going on.
Devin No is in the National Guard, and he was one of many parents happy to have the chance to show their kids what they do for a living.
It's great. It's a great opportunity for the community to see what the National Guard or the military does.
With so much going on, it's hard to choose just one favorite exhibit.
The Coast Guard exhibit, I think it's pretty cool what they do. I like all the trucks and stuff.
The exhibit is just one event that shows the public what the military does. The public's reaction also showed an appreciation for the armed forces.
It makes you feel good that everybody appreciates what we do. We try to do a good job for everybody. It's nice that they're appreciative.
For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Margaret Sharp.
Thanks, Margaret. The U.S. Coast Guard Band also helped start up the celebrations. The band was created back in 1925 with members of the New York Philharmonic and American March King John Philip Sousa. Today, the band is the proud musical representative of the U.S. Coast Guard and the Department of Homeland Security. They appear at presidential and cabinet-level functions, and they perform on formal and informal occasions, like the two free concerts they played for the Torrance community. Reporter Leslie Lopez has a front row seat for their evening show.
It was an event worth attending, a masterful experience, and lines were long outside the Armstrong Theater where many gathered to experience the power of music and patriotism. Organizing a captivating event such as this is no small feat. As a matter of fact, getting the U.S. Coast Guard Band to the city of Torrance took months of planning. Chief of Police John New explains.
As far as the planning goes, we actually start all the way back in September. We're almost to the point where it's a year-round event.
A year-round event that sent city officials all the way to the Pentagon.
We actually go back to the Pentagon in October of every year, and what we do at that time is reintroduce ourselves to the men and women at the Pentagon. But at that time is when we really start making the request for the bands.
In addition, proper security personnel had to be staffed at the Armstrong Theater. Lieutenant Rod Irvine, the SWAT commander for the event, made sure he and his staff were fully prepared.
Well, our security for the event starts months in advance with the planning and preparation. We have about 40 personnel involved in the Cultural Arts Center security itself. About half of that is our SWAT personnel, some in plainclothes, some in uniform.
After these arrangements, along with many others, were made, the United States Coast Guard Band was able to share their musical mastery.
Most of the folks that we enlist now have master's degrees in applied music. Everybody has bachelor's degrees. In fact, we have 2 doctorates now in music in the band. So it's a very highly qualified professional organization.
And for Commander Megan and his 60 orchestra members, performing a great program meant making certain there was something for everyone.
We have a wide cross-section, some swing music, some jazz, some patriotic, as you might imagine. And while people might not like everything we do, I guarantee you they're going to love a lot of what we do.
The quality of the music, the song choice, I'm very patriotic, and it made me proud to be an American.
Well, I'm a former Marine and I'm a retired gunnery sergeant, and this is the best I've heard in many years, and I'm so proud to have been able to participate in this particular event. I think it's wonderful.
The Coast Guard Band was magnificent. There couldn't have been any better than the Philharmonic.
It has taken the city of Torrance a lot of planning and preparation to host the United States Coast Guard Band at the 51st Annual Armed Forces Day celebration. Reporting for CitiCABLE 3, I'm Leslie Lopez.
Thanks, Leslie. Saturday, May 15th is officially Armed Forces Day, and Reveille is the bugle call associated with the military. It's used to wake personnel at sunrise. Thankfully, on Armed Forces Day, the Coast Guard sounded off a bit later than usual. Reporter Lauren Vesey takes us to their wake-up call and the raising of the colors.
Good morning, Admiral Sir. All services present and accounted for.
It's a special year for members of the U.S. Coast Guard. As the honored branch of the military at this year's Armed Forces Day parade and celebration in Torrance, it's fitting to see their pride and excitement as they kick off the morning festivities. The Armed Forces Day Reveille and Raising of the Colors was an exciting and intimate event for participating servicemen and their families. The ceremony was designed to inspire and bring together those in attendance before the much-anticipated parade.
Show them your honor, give them your respect, and let them see your devotion to duty.
And to recognize each military branch's participation in the parade and its festivities.
I think just to show our appreciation for the armed services, and the kids get a chance to see it up close and in person instead of on TV or in movies.
And members of this year's honored branch enjoyed the community's tribute.
We're definitely enjoying the recognition, and definitely want to thank the people of Torrance and the citizens of Torrance.
Lieutenant Damien Ludwig shared his pride as he realized the Coast Guard's amazing turnout and geared up for the rest of the day.
The Marine Corps likes to call themselves the few and the proud, but we have way fewer than them, and we're way prouder than them. So,
between speeches given by high-ranking officials to the raising of colors, the city of Torrance is now ready to recognize the U.S. Coast Guard. For Torrance CitiCABLE 3, I'm Lauren Vesey.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, there's still more to come on this special Armed Forces Day edition of This Week in Torrance.
That's right, Jen. All of you at home are invited to an exclusive dinner reception that honors special Armed Forces members. We'll take you through the highlights of the parade.